Do you think he really got liposuction to lose weight?
On some G shit though, I really feel like y'all playing with me because I really been saying fuck this shit. We can't go to the next question.
All right, we can move on. I just like you had some funny bars in the whole thing that I just kind of wonder if it was serious or not.
Shit back up.
Nah,
I ain't on that.
Nah, we Moneybagg too.
Yo, what's good, gang? Your boy is back with another explosive breakdown, and today we're diving deep into some Memphis street politics that are getting dangerously close to turning deadly. No cap. We're talking about how Pooh Shiesty just tossed a grenade into what everyone thought was a dead and buried beef between his day one homie Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo on his new track FDO. Shiesty dropped a line that had the entire city buzzing. I heard street dudes getting tummy tucks. Told you these rappers lame. And if you know Memphis politics, then you already know exactly who that line was aimed at. This type of talk isn't just music. This is a kind of energy that leads to real consequences. For real.so let me break down the full timeline for y'all from how Big 30 first linked up with Moneybagg Yo, to how their brotherhood slowly turned into pure resentment, and now how Shiesty just lit the fuse on a bomb that's been waiting to explode. This ain't just rap beef anymore, fam. This is a street war disguised as music.to understand how we got here. We got to rewind to the beginning back when Big 30 was just another young demon from South Memphis trying to make it out the trenches. Big 30, real name Rodney Wright, came up in the switch-toting KSBG gang on the south side. From the jump, he was different. He got kicked out of school multiple times for disruptive behavior before even reaching high school, eventually landing in alternative school. But that didn't change much. The streets were calling, and Big 30 answered early that he linked up with his childhood friend Pooh Shiesty, and together with their homies Lil Hank and Choa, they formed Choa Gang. These weren't regular teenagers. Gang. They were terrorizing South Memphis and building a reputation as one of the most feared crews in the area. Big 30's name itself was a reference to his favorite weapon, and he quickly rose through the ranks to become one of the most respected shooters in the city. But this is where the story really gets interesting, where family ties come into play. Big 30's cousin, Big Nusky, was already making serious moves in the streets and had connections all over Memphis. Nusky became the bridge that connected Big 30 to Moneybagg Yo's world. At the time, Moneybagg was building his bread gang empire and was looking for authentic street talent, not industry plants or fake gangsters, but real demons who could bring raw energy to his music. Through Nusky, Moneybagg got introduced to Big 30, and the connection was immediate. Moneybagg saw something special in him. This wasn't just another rapper chasing a dream. This was a certified street figure who could actually rap. Big 30 had the perfect mix of street credibility and musical talent that Moneybagg needed for his label. On top of that, having Big 30 and Nusky around gave Moneybagg serious muscle in Memphis, which mattered while navigating dangerous street politics. The deal made sense for both sides. Big 30 got the platform and resources to take his music career to the next level, while Moneybagg gained two certified demons who could hold their own in any situation. It looked like a match made in heaven, and for a while, it really was. When Big 30 signed a bread gang through CMG, everything was love. Moneybagg treated him like family, not just another artist on the roster. They made music together, performed together, and built something special in Memphis hip-hop. Big 30 was grinding non-stop, dropping tracks pulling millions of views, growing his own fan base while proudly representing Bread Gang. At the same time, his connection with Pooh Shiesty was paying off too, as Shiesty was building his own empire under Gucci Mane's 1017 label. For a moment, it really felt like Choa Gang and Bread Gang were taking over Memphis together. The Choa Gang was really on the rise, with both Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty making serious moves in the industry. During this time, Big 30 appeared on some of Moneybagg Yo's biggest records, while Moneybagg publicly backed Big 30's solo run. Their chemistry in the studio felt natural, and the music hit harder because the brotherhood behind it was genuine. But even in those good moments, there were cracks forming beneath the surface. Big 30 was still deeply rooted in the streets, and his loyalty was constantly split between his rap career and his street obligations, a conflict that would eventually turn into real tension. Everything changed on January 28, 2022, when Big Nusky was shot and killed in the Whitehaven area of Memphis. This wasn't random violence. His death was tied to deeper street politics that would ultimately tear the Bread Gang family apart. According to Big 30, Nusky had been handling street situations for Moneybagg Yo, taking care of problems Moneybagg couldn't address directly. Big 30 claimed Moneybagg was being extorted by certain people in Memphis, and that he signed both Big 30 and Nusky as protection to shield himself from that pressure. The night Nusky was killed, he had just left Big 30's performance at a local high school, showing love and support to his cousin like family does. Just hours later, Nusky was found shot multiple times in the same neighborhood where he grew up. What made the situation even more painful for Big 30 was Moneybagg's response, or lack of one. According to Big 30, Moneybagg posted broken heart emojis online to show grief, but when it came time for the funeral, he never showed up. In street culture, their absence is a major violation. Showing up to a funeral is one of the most basic signs of respect, especially if you claim someone was family. Moneybagg's decision not to attend spoke volumes to Big 30 about where his loyalty truly stood. After Nusky's death, the relationship between Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo started falling apart fast. Big 30 felt like he and his cousin had been used for protection, and when it was time for real loyalty to be shown, Moneybagg was nowhere to be found. On top of that, the business side of their relationship began to unravel as well, adding even more fuel to an already volatile situation.
If I'm wrong, it seemed like it was a personal reason why you took a break.
I was going through something. I had to get my mind right. I had lost a close friend, really.
Yeah. How much did that, I mean, obviously it weighed on you a lot. That's why you took the break from music. But was it just confusing for you? Like, you just couldn't believe it happened?
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out.
Big 30 started feeling like he wasn't getting the support he deserved from Bread Gang, so he began looking at other options to protect his future. According to Moneybagg Yo, Big 30 was making moves behind his back, trying to line up deals with other labels without going through the proper channels. That's where the situation really got messy, because both sides tell completely different stories. Moneybagg claims Big 30 was being disloyal and trying to snake him, while Big 30 says Moneybagg was holding him back, limiting his growth, and not honoring their original agreement. The tension finally exploded when Big 30 dropped a track called How Could You, where he aired out all his frustrations with Moneybagg. This wasn't just a diss record, it was Big 30 exposing what he believed was Moneybagg's fake character and explaining exactly why their relationship fell apart. He didn't hold back at all, calling Moneybagg out for not showing up to Nusky's funeral, accusing him of using him and his cousin strictly for protection, and painting him as a fake street dude who talks tough but doesn't really stand on business. Big 30 rapped that Moneybagg only signed him in Nusky because he needed muscle, not because he truly believed in their music, claiming Moneybagg was under pressure from real street figures and needed certified demons around him for safety. Moneybagg wasn't about to let that slide, so he fired back with Airball, and the response was ruthless. He labeled Big 30 a snake, accused him of trying to sneak deals behind his back, and said Big 30 was capping about everything, insisting that he had helped Big 30 far more than he ever acknowledged. In the track, Moneybagg also addressed the Nusky situation from his perspective, saying he was hurt by Nusky's death too, but claiming Big 30 and Nusky jumped into beef that wasn't even theirs, chasing clout instead of handling real business. One of the most damaging moments in Moneybagg's response was when he demanded Big 30 return his Bread Gang chain, saying Big 30 wasn't solid enough anymore to represent the brand. But Big 30 refused to let Moneybagg get the last word. He went straight to social media and exposed even more details, portraying Moneybagg as a fake gangster who needed protection from real street dudes. Big 30 claimed Moneybagg was being extorted by people in Memphis and started signing rappers from Big 30's hood just to keep muscle close. He said Moneybagg's tough guy image was mostly for show. Big 30 also addressed the jewelry situation, saying the only thing Moneybagg ever gave him was a cheap chain that he had already paid back for, adding that he'd been getting money since he was 18 and never needed Moneybagg financially anyway. One of the most disrespectful claims Big 30 made was about Moneybagg being fake hurt over Nusky's death, posting broken heart emojis online, but not even showing up to the funeral. Big 30 said, "We brought life to that SHT, made the city respect you. My homie's gone over that lame SHT, and you ain't even come to his service." Another major talking point in the beef was Big 30's allegation that Moneybagg had gotten plastic surgery. In his diss, Big 30 rapped that he works out and loses weight naturally and would never pay a doctor to redo his face, taking a clear shot at rumors that Moneybagg had liposuction and cosmetic work done. In street rap culture, plastic surgery is often viewed as soft, and Big 30 was basically calling Moneybagg a fake pretty boy more focused on looks and credibility. Moneybagg denied it in his own response, saying surgery is for out-of-shape people who don't know the gym, but by then the damage was already done. The plastic surgery rumor spread fast, became a major topic in Memphis, and had people seriously questioning Moneybagg Yo's authenticity even more.
He really got liposuction to lose weight?
On some G shit, though, I really feel like y'all playing with me because I really been said, fuck this shit. We can't go to the next question.
All right, we can move on. I just you had some funny bars in the whole thing that I just kind of wonder if it was serious or not.
Shit back up.
Nah, we
I ain't on that.
Nah, we with Moneybagg too.
Talking about that.
While the drama between Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo was unfolding, Pooh Shiesty was locked away in federal prison, fighting serious legal battles of his own. He had been arrested in connection with a shooting and robbery in Florida and was facing heavy time. But even behind bars, Shiesty's loyalty to Big 30 never wavered. Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty weren't just collaborators, they were childhood friends, founding members of Chopper Gang and Day One Brothers. So when the beef between Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo started heating up, there was never any doubt about where Shiesty stood. What made the situation even more complicated was the fact that Pooh Shiesty had previously worked with Moneybagg Yo on multiple tracks. They had a solid professional relationship and mutual respect in the studio. But when it came down to choosing between business and loyalty, Shiesty chose his homie without hesitation. Even from prison, Shiesty stayed tapped in. He was getting updates, offering support, and standing behind Big 30 however he could. He couldn't physically be in the mix, but his name, reputation, and influence were still felt throughout Memphis. Everyone knew that when Shiesty came home, he would be riding for Big 30 100%. After months of diss tracks, subliminals, and social media tension, it appeared that Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo had finally squashed their beef. The disses stopped, the posts slowed down, and rumors started circulating that Memphis OGs had stepped in to calm things down. With both artists having real careers and massive fan bases, it made sense to move forward instead of tearing each other down. For a while, the peace seemed real. Big 30 stayed focused on his music, Moneybagg Yo continued expanding his empire, and the Memphis rap scene began moving without the constant cloud of beef hanging over it. But anyone who truly understood the situation knew the peace was fragile. Too much had been said. Too many lines had been crossed. The beef wasn't dead, it was just sleeping. When Pooh Shiesty was finally released from federal prison, all eyes were on him. His return was guaranteed to shift the balance in Memphis. Shiesty wasted no time getting back to work, dropping his first post-release track, First Day Out, FDO. On the surface, it was a celebration of freedom, but the message ran deeper than on the song. Shiesty dropped a line that immediately set the internet on fire. I heard street dudes getting tummy tucks. Told you these rappers lame. For anyone familiar with the Big 30 and Moneybagg Yo situation, the meaning was clear. This wasn't a subtle subliminal. It was a direct shot at Moneybagg Yo, referencing the plastic surgery rumors Big 30 had previously brought up. With that one bar, Shiesty reignited all the old tension. He made it clear that whatever peace Big 30 and Moneybagg had reached did not include him. That this mattered for several reasons. First, it showed that Chopper Gang hadn't forgotten or forgiven what happened during the beef. Even if Big 30 chose to move on publicly, the wounds were still there. Second, Shiesty's return introduced a dangerous new dynamic. He wasn't bound by any unspoken truce, and his presence alone shifted the power balance in Memphis once again. While Big 30 is talented and respected in his own right, Pooh Shiesty operates on a completely different level. He has national recognition, a major deal with Gucci Mane's 1017 label, and a reputation as one of the most feared rappers to come out of Memphis. His presence alone changes the entire equation. Once Shiesty stepped back into the picture, the situation stopped being manageable and started becoming volatile. The timing of his diss made it even more serious. Shiesty could have come home focused solely on rebuilding his career, staying out of the streets, and securing the bag. Instead, he chose to jump straight back into Memphis street politics on day one. That decision speaks volumes. It suggests that the tension between Chopper Gang and Bread Gang runs far deeper than the public ever realized. With Pooh Shiesty now home and clearly uninterested in maintaining peace, the stakes have skyrocketed. This is no longer just rap beef or internet drama. This is a real street conflict between two of the most connected crews in Memphis. Moneybagg Yo's Bread Gang has deep roots throughout the city and the resources to handle pressure. But Chopper Gang, led by Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty, carries a reputation for being absolutely ruthless. These aren't rappers pretending to be street. These are street figures who happen to RAP.to outsiders. The plastic surgery, this might sound like a joke or a throwaway line. But in street culture, that level of public disrespect demands a response. Moneybagg Yo can't afford to let Shiesty come home and immediately violate him without consequences. His reputation, his influence, and even his safety are tied to how he handles this moment. What we're witnessing is the rebirth of one of the most dangerous beefs in Memphis hip-hop. The FDO line wasn't just a bar, it was a signal. Pooh Shiesty didn't just reopen old wounds. He poured gasoline on a fire everyone thought was already out. The tragic irony is that this entire conflict started over loyalty and respect, the same values hip-hop claims to honor. But now those values are pushing the situation towards something far darker, threatening careers, freedom, and lives. With Pooh Shiesty back on the streets and refusing to keep the peace, and Moneybagg Yo's reputation hanging in the balance, this situation is heading toward a breaking point. The city is watching. And in Memphis, beef like this doesn't fade away quietly, it gets settled one way or another. Stay locked in, because this story is far from finished. And when the smoke clears, Memphis hip-hop may never look the same.